The Kindred Heart. In the bright, bustling halls of Al-Hikmah School, Atef and Hussam were preparing for their big play, The Desert Prince. Atef, who loved being the center of attention, had helped gather a box of costumes. "Only the best for the leads, Hussam," Atef announced, rummaging through silk and velvet, but Hussam looked worried. "There seem to be pieces of differing quality, Atef. Since we both play princes, shouldn't we share the nicest cloaks equally?" Atef pulled out a rich, sapphire blue velvet cloak lined with faux fur, a feathered hat, and shining silver boots. "This is mine," he declared. He left Hussam with a plain, light brown wool tunic and a simple cap. When Atef's mother saw the pile, she sighed gently. "Atef, dear, being the best actor means acting the part of a generous friend, too. Are you sure you shouldn't offer Hussam the blue velvet?" Far away, Rasha, Samar, and their friend Layla were having a seaside trip to the colorful town of Mina. The morning sea breeze was cool, and the beach was perfect. Samar and Layla wanted to stay and collect seashells, but Rasha was already bored. "The itinerary says we must be at the miniature village by 11 a.m. Hurry up, or we'll miss the best lighting," Rasha insisted, consulting a neatly folded map. Rasha dragged them through the delightful miniature village, hurrying past tiny houses and winding roads. She rushed them onward to the famous Coral Reef Museum. "It's the giant jellyfish display next. We can't stop for coffee, Layla. We're running behind." Layla, rubbing her tired eyes, leaned against a pillar. Rasha wasn't considering their fatigue or hunger, only her perfectly planned schedule. By the museum entrance, Rasha had a meltdown when Layla suggested slowing down. Samar finally stopped Rasha, holding her shoulders gently but firmly. "Rasha, stop. You have controlled every minute of this trip. You haven't once asked what Layla or I truly wanted to do. This trip was for all three of us, but you've only thought about what you want." Rasha looked down at her polished shoes. She felt a wave of shame, realizing she had ruined the fun simply by demanding her own way. Meanwhile, the annual winter festival opened its gates, glowing with soft amber lights and the smell of sweet spices. Ramsey was excited to ride the famous comet coaster with his mom, Ramsey. But then Ramsey saw his younger cousin, Sharif, clutching, Ramsey's hand. Sharif's mother was ill, and he was staying with them. "Why is he here?" Ramsey grumbled. He felt a sudden hot jealousy as his mother bent down to adjust Sharif's scarf. Ramsey raced ahead to the comet coaster entrance. "Mom, let's go. It's the best ride." But the attendant shook his head. "Too small, little guy," he told Sharif. Ramsey gently explained to Ramsey, "I have to stay with Sharif, darling. He's too afraid and too small for that one. We can try the snow globe ride later." Ramsey stormed away, feeling forgotten. He hated sharing his mother's attention. She only cares about Sharif, he thought angrily. Ramsey followed Ramsey, finding him sulking by a cotton candy stand. She knelt beside him, her voice soft as falling snow. "Ramsey, look at your cousin. He is sad, missing his mother. You have my attention all the time. But right now, Sharif needs my comfort most of all. Kindness is the best way to be the best person, my sweet boy." Ramsey walked over to Sharif and, taking his hand, offered a genuine smile. "Sharif," he said, "I'm sorry I was grumpy. Let's ride the dragon riverboats together. It's gentle and you can steer." Sharing the fun immediately lifted Ramsey's mood higher than the comet coaster ever could. Sharif giggled, happy to be included. Ramsey realized that making others happy was far better than always getting his own way. Back at Al-Hikmah School, Atef stood backstage. He looked at the rich blue velvet cloak. He remembered his mother's words. Taking a deep breath, Atef approached Hussam and traded the fine cloak for the plain one. "True princes are generous, Hussam. Let's look great together." As the curtains rose on both boys, Atef and Hussam performed brilliantly. Later, Watching Rashal laugh freely with Samar and Layla, and seeing Ramsey share his dessert with Sharif, they all understood the quiet magic of generosity. The real happiness was not in being the best, but in making everyone feel good.